But we had him in Iowa, and I want to just tell you, I'm really honored. This is a great turnout. This is a beautiful section. They said you broke the all-time record in this building, so that's pretty good. But I'm thrilled to be back with thousands of proud, hard-working American patriots in the heartland of America. It really is. It's incredible people. You built this country.
That was Donald Trump bragging about the crowd size in a high school gym in Fort Dodge, Iowa. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. One of the reasons I think his speech in Fort Dodge, Iowa, was perhaps his worst of the year is I think it highlights more than ever, especially as we head into 2024, the total lack of character that he has. And I know we know that, but this specific moment that took place at this speech at a high school gym where normally students are supposed to be engaged in recreational activity, and Donald Trump rented that gym out and turned it into an utter perversion. You know, a high school teacher from that high school in Fort Dodge reached out to me and said the following. She said, "How do we ever prepare our students to treat their neighbors and classmates with respect when this type of conduct by Donald Trump is acceptable and taking place in this gym in the high school?" The teacher says, "Because trust me, the students, our youth, are paying attention to his behavior." And she was talking about his entire speech, but there was a specific moment there that I want to play for you now. And then I want to also play another clip from when he was in office. Remember when he gave that speech in front of the Boy Scouts and he talked about a billionaire friend of his who engaged in sexual activity on a yacht, and that's what he was telling to the young kids in the Boy Scouts. The first clip I want to show you is this is Donald Trump from the speech that he just gave this past weekend, where on his own, unprompted, while no one's talking about this anymore, he's speaking about this in his speech, where he's talking about how he doesn't like golden showers, and it's disgusting. He's talking about sex acts here, and he's bringing it up on his own as part of his stump speech. I'm going to play this clip right now. Play it.
He was with 4 hookers. You think that was good that night to go up and tell my wife, "It's not true, darling. I love you very much"? It's not true. Actually, that one she didn't believe because she said he's a germaphobe. He's not into that, you know? He's not into golden showers, as they say they call it. He's not. I don't like that idea. No, I didn't. I thought that would be a big problem. I was going to have a rough night, but that one she was very good on. She said, no.
I mean, think about it. That's his message to voters, and legacy media normalize it. Right-wing media covering this like the leaders of our country are supposed to be these depraved WWE cosplay fascist characters is horrific. But if you rewind just a little bit, and we shouldn't forget these things headed into 2024. Remember when Donald Trump took office and he gave that speech in front of the Boy Scouts, and one of the main topics that he talked about when speaking in front of the kids was how he has a friend who spent all of these years partying on yachts and having sex and drugs and all of these things. Here, play this clip. This is Trump in 2017. Play the clip.
For a tremendous amount of money. And he went out and bought a big yacht. And he had a very interesting life. I won't go any more than that because you're Boy Scouts, so I'm not going to tell you what he did. Should I tell you? Should I tell you? Oh, you're Boy Scouts, but you know life. You know life. So, look at you. Who would think this is the Boy Scouts, right? So he had a very, very interesting life. And the company that bought his company was a big conglomerate. And they didn't know anything about building homes, and they didn't know anything about picking up the nails and the sawdust and selling it and the scraps of wood. This was a big conglomerate based in New York City. And after about a 10-year period, they were losing a lot with it. It didn't mean anything to them, and they couldn't sell it. So they called William Levitt up, and they said, "Would you like to buy back your company?" And he said, "Yes, I would. He so badly wanted. He got bored with this life of yachts and sailing and all of the things he did in the south of France and other places. You won't get bored, right? You know, truthfully, your workers, you'll get bored too, believe me. Of course, having a few good years like that isn't so bad.
And that's why that speech in Fort Dodge, Iowa is important. It's a reflection point on character. In a moment, I'm going to compare and contrast. I'm going to show you Donald Trump and I'm going to show you President Joe Biden on split screens. First, though, I want to show you at his other speeches, Donald Trump's doing things like this.
And they're proud, they're clapping, they're going crazy. I can't do it, Mom, I can't. Boom.
And he's doing things like this.
You can do it, baby. I love you so much. And it's bad news, bad things are happening. Mom, I'm sorry. Mom, I didn't do it.
Did you know that your temperature at night can have one of the greatest impacts on your sleep quality? If you wake up too hot or too cold, I highly recommend you check out Miracle Maid's bed sheets. Inspired by NASA, Miracle Maid uses silver-infused fabrics and makes temperature-regulating bedding so you can sleep at the perfect temperature all night long. Using silver-infused fabrics inspired by NASA, Miracle Maid sheets are thermoregulating and designed to keep you at the perfect temperature all night long, so you get better sleep every night. These sheets are infused with silver that prevent up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them to stay cleaner and fresh 3 times longer than other sheets. No more gross odors. Miracle sheets are luxuriously comfortable without the high price tag of other luxury brands and feel as nice, if not nicer, than sheets used by some 5-star hotels. Miracle sheets are the perfect gift for your spouse, friends, or family. Who doesn't want better sleep and luxurious feeling bed sheets? And since these come with 3 free towels, you get 2 gifts in one, just in time for the holidays. Stop sleeping on bacteria. Bacteria can clog your pores, causing breakouts and acne. Sleep clean with Miracle. Go to trymiracle.com/Meidas to try it today or gift it to someone special this holiday season. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Save over 40%. And if you use our promo Meidas, M-E-I-D-A-S, at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. Upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/Meidas and use the code Meidas to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40%. Again, that's trymiracle.com/Meidas, trymiracle.com/MEIDAS to treat yourself, a friend, or loved one this holiday season. And again, I reflect on the damage this is just causing to our youth, to our country. It is embarrassing that this is what's taking place. And you may be saying, well, why is he doing that? He tells a story during his stump speech after talking about how much he loves Viktor Orban, the authoritarian leader of Hungary, and President Xi and Kim Jong-un. And after he talks about how he is proud that the Taliban called him Your Excellency and that he doesn't think they would ever call President Biden Your Excellency. He does a routine where he mocks transgendered people, and he does that lifting noise to mimic someone trying to compete against a transgender person who can't lift the same amount of weights. That's what that is. There's almost no context at all where that's ever any way appropriate to do. But in case you were wondering why is he doing that, that's why he's doing that. Let's just show a few other examples when it comes to character right now. Remember when Donald Trump was giving a speech and there was a baby crying? President Biden was giving a speech and there was a baby crying. Let's play the split screen. Just see how they both react to that, because sometimes you just learn a lot about people's character in these small moments. Play this clip.
If the worst happens, it's okay. Kids are allowed to do that with me. Okay? Don't worry about it, all right? I don't blame her. Is it him or her? I don't blame her.
Ripped us absolutely to shreds. Actually, I was only kidding. You can get the baby out of here. That's all right. Don't worry. I think she really believed me that I love having a baby crying while I'm speaking. That's okay. People don't understand. That's okay.
Speaking of these split screens and showing character, Donald Trump promising falsely, like he always does, he makes all these false promises, that he's going to bring infrastructure and build all these infrastructure projects. And he didn't do it. He just lies about it. You'll see on the split screen President Biden, who passed an infrastructure bill, getting it done and actually building the project that Donald Trump claimed he was going to build. And Donald Trump had, at that point in time, he controlled both chambers in Congress. It could have been very easy to get that done. In fact, even when he didn't control both chambers, infrastructure is something that Democrats would have been supportive of. It could have been a win for him. But watch the difference here between lies and someone getting it done. Play the clip.
Infrastructure-wise, you said you're going to spend $1 trillion on infrastructure. We have a bridge in Cincinnati, connects Kentucky to Cincinnati, Ohio.
We're doing the plan. I've already heard about the bridge. I love the area. We're going to get it fixed.
For decades, people have talked about the Brent Spence Bridge. But folks, talking is over. The bipartisan infrastructure law, we're finally going to get it done.
And here's another example of the difference between Donald Trump lying to workers and President Biden delivering for workers. Play the split screen.
If I'm elected, you won't lose one plant. You'll have plants coming into this country. You're going to have jobs again. You won't lose one plant. I promise you that.
A large American factory stopped production today after more than half a century.
Make it in America. We're beginning to make things again with American workers, American products, manufacturing in American plants.
President Biden is set to celebrate the new contract negotiated by United Auto Workers today at a Stellantis plant set to reopen in Belvidere, Illinois.
And then here, this is a moment that I remember. I'm not sure you remember it as well. After the debate in 2020, you'll just see how phony Donald Trump and Melania's relationship is. And just watch the warmth of President Biden and now our First Lady, Jill Biden at the time. Jill Biden here, Dr. Biden, play the clip.
As we will keep our camera trained on the hall at the end of this, as you may know, a limited crowd present. What a dark event we have just witnessed. The tip of the hat to Cormac McCarthy when we say, if that wasn't a mess, it'll do till the mess gets here. As difficult as that was to watch as the spouses now join both men on stage, as bracing as it is to realize this behavior is taking place in pursuit of the job we used to refer to as leader of the free world, there was an incumbent on that stage tonight, a president.
So when I think about character, it's so important because it is who we are as a country, and we need a leader who has character. There should be a threshold. The fact that you even have a leader of the Republican Party going around and saying these things, again, I don't care what political party you're from, we should all as Americans agree that that is not okay. And look, I get statements like this in response to when I post that story of the teacher. All of the MAGA Donald Trump trolls say things like this about the teacher. No, they didn't. That never happened, especially in an age where teachers have already taught kindergarteners about golden showers and things like that. That's not happening. What are you talking about? But that's how these MAGA followers are trained. So compare all of that, and let me just show you this clip. This was President Biden from a year ago in a speech that he gave. And I just thought, that's character. That's who we want in that office. Play the clip.
It's not enough to stand up for democracy once a year or every now and then. It's something we have to do every single day. So this is a day not only to remember, but a day of renewal and resolve for each and every American. And our devotion to this country, to the principles it embodies, to our democracy. That is who we owe those who remember today. That is what we owe one another. And that is what we owe future generations of Americans to come. I have no doubt we will do this. We will meet this significant responsibility. We'll secure our democracy together as one America, the United States of America. That's who we are. That's who your loved ones were and why they gave so much.
And I'll leave you with that clip right there. And again, as I said before, to me, it's not even about Republican, Democrat, progressive, liberal, conservative, and not at all. To me, it's about character. And I think this video showed everything, which is why when I reflect on that speech in Iowa, that moment right there when Donald Trump said those disgusting things and brought it up on his own, we need to reflect on the broader issues at play here and what a threat and danger Donald Trump is to our country. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 2 million subscribers. Thanks to your support. Check us out at patreon.com/MeidasTouch.
Hey Midas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram at MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.